All right, today we're jumping into a story from Central Georgia. It's about how burnout, something so many of us can relate to, can actually become this incredible starting point for a whole new way of serving your community. It's about seeing a solution to a massive problem that was hiding right in front of us all along. Our story really kicks off at dawn with this one powerful line. It just sets the stage perfectly, doesn't it? This isn't about escaping something, it's a mission. It's a journey with a very clear, very urgent purpose. So whose journey is this? Well, it belongs to a woman named Regina Mcrae. And as the sun comes up in central Georgia, her story begins. A story all about changing the very definition of what it means to care for the people around you. Now, to really get this, you have to understand Regina's background. For almost 20 years, she was on the front lines of mental health. I mean, we're talking about the kind of high-stakes, high-stress crisis work that demands literally everything a person has to give. But, that kind of intensity, it takes a toll. Burnout is so real, especially for people in the helping professions. And for Regina, it wasn't a dead end. It was more like a fork in the road. And she made a choice. She wasn't going to walk away from her mission to help people. She was just going to find a completely new way to do it. And you can just hear the commitment in her own words, right? DAB Transport wasn't just some career change. Nope, it was a strategic move to keep serving, just from a different perspective. And the problem she decided to take on, well, it turned out to be absolutely massive. And this is where Regina's personal story connects to this huge, often invisible national crisis. We're talking about something that sounds so simple, but is actually a profound challenge. Just getting to the doctor. Okay, so let me ask you something. When you think about the biggest obstacles keeping our seniors from getting medical care, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it the cost? Maybe insurance headaches? Well, the real answer might actually surprise you. The data is just striking. A 2024 survey found that a staggering 64% of seniors say a lack of transportation is their single biggest barrier to healthcare. It's not just a factor, it is the leading factor, by a lot. And the price tag for this problem, it is astronomical. Every single year, missed appointments cost the U.S. healthcare system over $150 billion. And that isn't just a number on a screen. That represents millions of times where care just didn't happen and someone's health probably got worse because of it. And to drill down even further, get this. Transportation issues are directly responsible for more than a quarter of all missed clinic appointments. So here's the real takeaway. This is a solvable logistics problem with absolutely immense human and financial consequences. Which, of course, brings us right back to Regina. She saw this huge national problem playing out right there in her own community. And she didn't just see a statistic, she saw a way to serve. She built a solution, quite literally on wheels. And the impact is just undeniable. Back in 2020, she started small, just 2 vehicles, 2 drivers. But today, Daybert Transport handles up to 600 essential medical trips every single week. That's just incredible growth, and it's all fueled by a very real, very tangible need. And the name of the company? Well, that tells you everything you need to know about the heart of this operation. DAB stands for Derek, Ariana, and Brianna, her 3 kids. So you see, this isn't just a business for her. It's a legacy of service she's building for her family. So today, the operation is seriously impressive. We're talking 15 drivers covering a huge area in central Georgia, and they're handling everything from life-sustaining dialysis appointments to therapy and critical specialist visits. Every single one of those 600 weekly trips is a person who got the care they needed when they needed it. But, this story is so much more than just the numbers. It's about what happens inside that van, on the road from someone's home to the clinic. The real impact here, it goes way beyond just logistics. And honestly, Regina says it best herself. Her team becomes a part of their clients' lives. They build real relationships. They offer this sense of stability and human connection that's every bit as important as the medical treatment they're going to get. And I think this really gets to the core of what they do. On one hand, you've got the logistics, right? The stuff you can measure in miles driven and appointments kept. But then you have the lived experience, which is measured in trust earned, and the simple relief of knowing that your ride is going to be there. You just can't measure that on a map. And this is how it actually happens, on the ground. The drivers aren't just some random person behind the wheel. They're the people who remember your grandkids' names, who know you're on week 3 of a 6-week treatment plan, who show up with a smile no matter what. They become this trusted, essential part of the support system. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, Regina's story is really this profound lesson on the true nature of service and what care really looks like. We talk about access to healthcare like it's this theoretical concept, but it's not. It's a physical journey. It's an actual road. And that road is paved and kept clear by the consistent, reliable work of people like Regina and her team. People who simply choose to show up day in and day out. And that really leaves us with this final, powerful idea, doesn't it? What if the answer to burnout isn't to just leave a field entirely, but to find a new perspective, a new role? What if the way forward is to go deeper into service, just from a different seat?